I have got a number of Manchester City fans and creators, and I've got a few questions for them ahead of the new season, so it's pretty straightforward. Let's get straight into it. The first question for everyone out there is, where is City going to finish in the league and how are we going to do in the Cups? Basically just a prediction, how are City going to get on this season?
I think City at the moment, I've got us finishing second behind Liverpool. I think that people say that Liverpool are going to run away with the league. I don't see that. I think we'll be very, very close. However, I am recording this pre-Donnarumma and pre-Rodrigo. And for me, if you sign both of those players, I think that's the needle mover in my opinion. And I think at that point, I would be backing City to win the league.
Let's deal with the league first. So for the league, I'm going to be honest. It feels mad saying this. Can't remember the last time. I haven't been putting us as favourites, but I don't think we're favourites this season. I have my concerns around transitions and defensively. I'm going to say that we finished third. However, with the caveat that 5 games in, I'll be able to judge if Pep has come up with a little something tinkered like I think he will. Now, if he has and he can overcome that, I think we will win the league. So either third or first. In the FA Cup, I'm going to say we win it this season. So we win the FA Cup. League Cup, I think we will probably really rotate with this. We have to remember that it is World Cup year. I would expect us to get to maybe the quarters. And then the Champions League, which I guess is the one we really, really don't know about with the new format from last year. I would expect us this season in the Champions League to get to the quarterfinals with the focus being on the Premier League.
If Rodri plays 75% of the games, I think we will win the league. But I don't trust him to be fully fit, unfortunately. I think he's going to struggle, and I think City will probably finish second, unfortunately. But it won't be like a bad second. It'll be a close second where we think we actually did pretty well. Champions League, I've actually got us reaching the final mentally. I think we have a crazy little kind of upturn in form in the Champions League. I don't know if we'll win it, but I'm just going to say final. We'll see from there. Depends who we play against. FA Cup, winners, Carabao Cup, out like early on. 5th round or something like that.
Where will we finish in the league? I'm going to say it. I think we'll win the league. I think Manchester City win the league. Why? We've got the deepest squad, the most competitive squad. I think, have we got the best 11 right now? Maybe. Argument, can be arguing. We have or we haven't, not quite sure, but I believe we have the best squad. We also have the best manager. Form's temporary, class is permanent. I think we'll also win a cup. Now, which cup? FA Cup, I don't think we'll get to the final this year. I think we'll have a year off. Fancy a bit of Carabao Cup, though. Because think about it, you've got an Oscar Bob, potential other youngsters, backup players in there. Champions League, I think probably quarter-final, semi-final.
So personally, I think we're going to win the league. I've said this on the podcast. I've said it on a number of different places. I think we're going to win the league. I think the squad we have got is very, very good. I think we've got very good depth. Some of the players that had to go have now gone, and we've made some very exciting signings. I think the likes of Reinders are going to be unbelievable. I think we're going to go on to win the league. I think we'll win 1 or 2 other cups, potentially the Champions League, but I don't think we'll go and reach the heights we did quite in the treble. I do think it will be an unbelievable season, though, and I do think we will win 2 trophies minimum.
For me, Manchester City will finish second in the Premier League this season, just missing out on the Premier League title to Liverpool, who will go back-to-back for the first time in about 40 years. I think we've strengthened a lot, we've closed the gap, but I think they've just added a little bit too much for us to fully catch it up. I think for me, Liverpool are just a little bit more of a known entity, whereas I think we're still a little bit unknown at the moment as to how we'll perform next season. In terms of the other cups, in the Carabao Cup, I think it'll be an early exit for us. I think Pep's not really taken it too seriously in recent years, and I think that trend will follow. For the FA Cup and Champions League, Darcy is going quite far in both competitions, semi-finals minimum for both.
Who is Manchester City's best signing of the summer?
For me, I've already alluded to him. It's Tijani Reinders. I think he's looked unbelievable in pre-season. I think he is going to be one of those players everyone looks at and think, what a bargain.
For me, Tijani Reinders will be the standout signing of the summer, though. Ryan Cherky, a very close second. The likes of Ryan Nori also definitely deserve a shout-out. But for me, Tijani Reinders is exactly what we needed. We lack legs in midfield, and he is exactly that.
For me, I don't just think he'll be the best signing of the summer. I think he'll be the best signing of the window. Tijani Reinders, my Dutch master. He reminds me of a very young Ilkay Gundogan. Comes in late from deep, gets into the box, scores goals. I think he got around 10 goals last season in Serie A for AC Milan. I think he'll do better than that for Manchester City.
Best new signing, I'm going for Tijjani Reinders. He looks absolutely ace, doesn't he? Going to score loads of goals. And he's also my player of the season. I think he's going to score like 17 goals or something like that. And everyone will be on about Reinders being absolutely fantastic.
Best new signing, I think it's going to be, by a country mile, will be Tijjani Reinders. I watched this guy a lot towards the end of the season last year for AC Milan. And as soon as I started watching him, I was like, this is the most Pep Guardiola player ever that just comes into the team and looks like he's been playing here for 5 years.
Cherki and Reinders, it's between those two. And that's after watching them multiple times. I've always said I wanted Cherki, but for me, Reinders was going to be our best signing. Who will be our best player of the season?
Do you know what? I'm going to go again to Tijjani Reinders because I think he's going to shock so many. And yeah, I am a Tijjani Reinders glazer. Something that we missed so much last season. He's going to be that master, that missing piece, that masterpiece of the jigsaw in the most important part of a Pep Guardiola's team, the midfield.
I think with the sheer amount of goals I predict him to score, it's going to be this man behind me. It's going to be Erling Haaland. I think he's going to be getting 30 plus in the Premier League, potentially looking at his record from his first season. And I think, his output is going to be very, very good, which means I think he might go on to win City Player of the Season.
I'm going to go Erling Haaland. I think Reinders will probably run him close. However, if everything clicks as it should do with our attack and midfield, that should mean that Erling Haaland gets so many chances. Last year, right, he came second in the top scorer. If you take out penalties, he came second. He was only one behind Salah. And I don't even think he had a particularly great season last year. And the team was completely unstable. And there were so many games that Erling Haaland didn't even have chances. I think this year, Erling Haaland's going to get loads of chances. And I think he needs to be targeting 50 goals this year. That's what he got in his first season.
Our player of the season, I said he was our signing of the summer. I'm going to go for Tijjani Reinders. For me, as I said, he's exactly what we needed. And the man that's going to also score us plenty of goals. Like I said, Ryan Cherki will be very, very close. Erling Haaland will be back to his best, I'm sure. So he'll be a shout.
Right, for me, I could have said Reinders for this one as well. However, I think with the signing of Gyökeres for Arsenal, with the whole Isaac chat, with the Ekitike to Liverpool, I think Erling Haaland is going to be our player of the season and expect very big numbers from him.
What is a City hot take for the new season? What's something that is a bit out there? Go on.
My hot take, Kusanov and Bob are undoubted starters by the end of the season.
My hot take is based on the here and now without a right back and where we look defensively. So my hot take is that I would rather be going into this season with prime Fernandinho than I would prime Rodri. Sorry, Rodri, Ballon d'Or winner. One of the greatest ever to do it at City. However, right now, I think we just need that beast that was Fernandinho to break up play.
Hot take. Hot take. By the end of the season, I think we'll be saying that Abdulkadir Huzanov is our best centre-back all round. Including Gvardiol, including Diaz, including everybody. I think he is superb. I think he has everything what you need to be a top-class centre-back in this league. Pace, aggression, good on the ball.
My hot take of the season. Wow, my hot take of the season. That the Manchester City fan base will all get along this year. There's a hot take. That the fan base will all get along and the Etihad will go back to the way it was 2 or 3 years ago where we rock every single game. The atmosphere will be unlike nothing before. I think we're all going to get behind the team this year and the fan base are all going to smile. Yeah, we'll disagree, we'll have different opinion, but we're all going to get back on side because #together is something that means us. Come on, City.
There's one I've got to go with, and I think James Trafford will be a lot better than people are expecting to be. He's been criticised, and I know a lot of people, a lot of City fans are saying he's going to be good. The pundits out there are not saying that, but I think he's going to be I think he's going to massively exceed expectations, and I think he will definitely be the City number one by the end of the season.
My Manchester City hot take for the season is based on one player, and it's a man who I invested stocks in a very long time ago. It's Oscar Bob. I'm going to say in the Premier League this year, Oscar Bob gets 10 goals and 10 assists at a minimum. He gets over 25 goal contributions in all competitions. For me, this is Oscar Bob's breakout year. A fractured leg last year cost him valuable minutes. And in my opinion, we'd be speaking about him in the same vein as Cole Palmer had he played a lot last season. But for me, Oscar Bob is the real deal. And this season, we're going to see exactly that.
Thanks for watching. I'm glad we get so many good faces on here. If you didn't know any of these people, I've obviously linked them in the channel description. So cheers to everyone that got on this video. Big expectations and, hype and excitement for the new season, which is very good to see. Hope you'd enjoy this and see you in the next one.